Hi, I'm Sara Connell, and I live in Chicago, and I'm really honored to be here to contribute a piece to this initiative, Grow Through It. I think having hope when we face challenges has been one of the most important things for me getting through some of the challenges I've experienced in my life. What happened? When I was 6 years old, I experienced sexual abuse with some older neighborhood boys. And then 2 years later, as an 8 year old, I was either molested or raped. I don't have full memories of the experience while I slept over at a friend's house by her father. And then I think this led to a pattern that I got into very unconsciously, where in high school I experienced sexual bullying. And then as a young adult, working at my first job at an advertising agency, I experienced what felt like a constant stream of sexually harassing and abusive experiences. And I came to this place as a young woman in my early 20s wondering what was wrong with me? Why did this keep happening? And I got into a relationship with a man that's now my husband. And for the first time, I was in a really healthy relationship. We moved abroad to England, and somehow having the ocean in between where those experiences had happened and where I was now, all the memories of what had happened when I was a child, which I had repressed, and then the memories as an adolescent and a young adult came to the fore. And I just was unable to run away from it anymore. And I shut down. I really was unable to experience sexual contact of any kind without feeling as if I was re experiencing the trauma. How did I get through it? Well, it left me in a pretty dire place. And for the first years of my life, I got through the childhood experiences by denying that they ever happened. And that did work for a time. And then in adolescence and young adulthood, I think my strategy turned into pretend it didn't bother me. Just be stronger, get over it. It has no effect on me. When I was in England in this new marriage, it didn't work to pretend it didn't affect me. It didn't work to run away from it anymore. And I had to face it. I got through it at that point by saying I was going to do whatever I could to find some kind of healing for myself. I spent about 10 years doing every kind of therapy or healing modality that I could find. I was committed to try and find something that would work to help me regain a sense of my own sexuality, my own wholeness. I did couples therapy and sex therapy and shamanism. And if there was any type of workshop on sexual healing, I went. I think all of those things helped to a point, but I kept going until I found a breakthrough. And for me, that came in the form of group support. I think something about hearing other people, women and men, share about the fact that they had been through something like this too, that I wasn't alone, wasn't completely broken, that started to create some real healing for me. And that combined with some trauma therapy like EMDR, which I tried, as well as some other therapies, began to really create a shift. It's a process that's continuing now to this day. I've really had some resolution and been able to move through those experiences and live in the present and reclaim my sexuality. And it is an incredible joy to know that that's possible. I heard someone speak, and the speaker shared a story that in nature, whenever there's a poisonous plant, the cure is always within 12 to 15 feet. That's just the way sort of the earth and nature is created. And for some reason, that was really profound for me. And I thought, well, metaphorically, wherever the wound, the sexual wound that I felt like I had, that within 15 feet of me, there was going to be a cure. And so, for some reason, that story gave me this encouragement to keep going and keep seeking and trying to find something that would work for me. I learned, really, for me, that that's true. That healing is possible. That it's worth it. Coming from a place of pretty severe hopelessness, it was an amazing lesson to learn. In terms of what I would suggest and offer to someone who has experienced sexual abuse or assault or trauma of any kind, my thoughts around it are that it is absolutely worth it, that we deserve healing, that healing is possible, and to do whatever we need to do to find that empowerment again, to find the sense of wholeness. And I honestly feel that by doing so, we start to break the cycle. Because I think for me, what happened is by pretending it didn't affect me, I was perpetuating the cycle. I was participating in being a victim. And by summoning the courage, which did not feel easy at all, that breaks the cycle in some way. It says, I'm not going to live the rest of my life in a traumatized state, that there is a way for me to feel a sense of joy and safety and wholeness again, and that I can reclaim it. So my offering is to seek it, to know that you're worth it, to go for it, and do whatever you need to do to find that particular modality or combination of resources that works.